Welcome to Rick Rack Ruby. I'm Laura Cluvo. Today we will be making this mini Jingle Bell Angel Christmas ornament. Her dress is made from a jelly roll strip and she's fun and easy, so let's get started. To make the mini Jingle Bell Angel, we'll start with a 14mm wooden head bead. I've already created some faces, and of course I have a Focus on Faces video for you to learn exactly how I make this face. I also have a 15-inch length of 3/8 inch wide plaid ribbon. This feels like a sort of like a nylon taffeta or polyester taffeta. It's nice on both sides and it's soft and easy to work with. And then I have some jingle bells. This one is Craft Bells 25mm, which is almost an inch. This is the one I'll use today. This is from Hobby Lobby. And I want you to know that I've also used this bell, which is bigger. It's about 1.5 inches, and this one also works with the exact same dimensions, everything else the same. You can use this one as well. You could use a silver bell, a colored bell, anything you like. This project uses a jelly roll strip, which of course I love. I'm going to cut a piece from the jelly roll that is half the width of the strip. So I just folded it in half, and then I'll cut along the fold, and then I'll cut an 11-inch length of the fabric. I'm going to thread this ribbon through the top of my bell, and these bells are going to jingle throughout the tutorial. I'll mute the audio if it gets too annoying. So I'm threading it through the center of the ring on the top of the bell, and then I'm going to tie it off 3 times. Now this part right here, okay, stop jingling. This part right here is the kind of like the neck of the angel, and this is where the top of the dress will be stitched to. That gives a nice proportion to the angel. Then I'm going to thread. It's kind of hard to get this ribbon through the hole, so I'm going to thread this ribbon onto a blunt tapestry needle with a nice long eye. That makes it a little bit easier to get through the head. So from the bottom up, just pull that ribbon through. Make sure there's a decent knot below. Remove the needle and then tie 2 more knots above the head. That just secures the head. It's hard to believe that we need 15 inches for this, but you can see how quickly it gets, the length is used up with all of these knots. So then there's a knot kind of near the top, and that becomes the hanging loop. So I'll trim off the streamers and we're ready to go. Now I think I described how to get this, but it's half the width of the jelly roll strip. But it's also important to use the right kind of a jelly roll strip. So this one has a directional print, and therefore if I cut down the center of this half of the strip would be fine to use, but this half would be upside down if I wanted to use that pinked edge for the bottom. So I chose this is red dot green dash, and anything that's non-directional, you can actually get 8 strips from one, or 8 pieces from one jelly roll strip. So I'm going to fold this right sides together and just seam up this short little edge with my sewing machine. So I've stitched those ends together. I'll turn it right side out. I'm going to fold the seam allowances both over to one side, and then I'm going to gather up the top edge of the strip Just in and out, about 1/8 of an inch from the edge. And back around to the start. And then with the seam in the back, I'll place it over the head. And here's where you can tell how important it is to have that knot there. Because you're going to sew through, you can't sew through metal or wood, so we're going to sew through the ribbon knot. I'm making sure my gathers are distributed evenly, and I will sew back and forth to secure the top of the dress. I'll go back and forth 4 or 5 times. And now I'm securing it in the back. Here's how it looks. I think I'm going to use a little bit of hot glue just to kind of hold the dress down. There we go. Now I'm going to do her hair. I have this little kind of a thin loopy mohair, and I leave a tail and hold it like this. And then I'm going to do 4 loops. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Then I'll cut myself a long tail, go all the way around the bundle, and then use the first strand and tie it off. And I have a nice, slow, descriptive video of this hair technique, which I will link above. So I'll tie it off, cut off these ends. Don't skimp on these. Make them nice and long so you have enough to work with. I'm going to make 2 bundles, one for the front, one for the back. So here's one more. Hold it, make a tail, hold it, and 1 and 2, 3 and 4, and make this tail nice and long. Go all the way around. Take the first tail, tie it into a knot to secure the center of the figure 8. Now one bundle will be glued to the back of the head, so I'm going to spread a circle of glue on the back of her head. This is a generous amount of glue. And then I'm going to press this hair into the glue to cover the back of the head. The loops are down, the knot is up. And I'm going to add a little more glue to secure the loose strands. That looks good. Now for the front, I'm going to be a little bit more careful. So first I'm going to apply some glue just in front of the knot. And this bundle's kind of thick, and so that it really conceals most of this knot. I've applied the glue to the wood in front of the ribbon knot. Pressing that in securely. And then I'm going to twist this bundle toward the back and secure it on the side of the face. So I'll apply some glue right here, and then twist and press. Then on this side, the same thing. It's going to be twist and press. That looks good. Now I'm going to add a little bow to the front. Now you can use anything you like. I like these bows. You could use snowflakes, holly leaves, but I like the bow. Just like that, and that conceals those gathers at the top of the dress. So the bows are like this, La Petites, Hobby Lobby. Then let's do the halo. I have a piece of 20 gauge wire, looks like this, 20 gauge wire, and it's about 1.5 inches or so. And I'm going to wrap it around my thimble to give it a sort of a U shape. That looks good. And I'll apply some glue to the ends of the U. And then I'll just press that into her hair on either side of the head. Now for the wings, we have options. This is a half of a silver pipe cleaner. This is a gold pipe cleaner. I like this one because it's kind of not the same shade of gold. I'm gonna cut it in half. It's a little bit different than this, than the bell, which is kind of nice. I like that. And then I also have this, which is kind of cool. This is from Michaels, and it's just kind of a little bit fatter. Maybe we'll use this. Yeah, that'll be fun. Okay, so I'll cut 6 inches of this, and then I'll fold it in half. A nice sharp bend in the center. And then each end folds in, a little bit overlapping. And then those 2 ends are going to fold up. Make these pointy. And then open them up a little bit. So they're pointy at the tip. Actually, with this stuff, you can't even tell. Sure, I'm gonna like that. Yeah, that's pretty cute. Okay, now the side that has the wires, we're gonna apply the glue to that side. And this side is gonna go against the back of the angel. Just putting it onto the back of her head, kind of at her neck. And then I'm kind of shaping them to look like wings. And they're really pretty cute. This material, which again, it's Celebrated decorative trim. Looks like this from Michaels. The wings look like they're more filled in. This I did with a silver tinsel stem, and they're more open. And these wings look a little more filled in. So there's a different look. And then on the back, you can add a little gold star. I like that. We'll do a gold star. Even though they're sticky on the back, I like to add my own glue. This is not so much a decoration, but it's more like to make sure that the ends of the wire aren't going to poke anyone. And the angel is complete. I actually did try to add arms. I tried pipe cleaner and ribbon, and I don't have a lot of options here, but I couldn't find anything that I liked, so I just decided to go without arms. But I'd love to see if you come up with an option for arms. I'd love to see it. Anyway, this project is complete. There are so many different jelly roll strips out there, and you could use lace here. You could do a color theme. There's just so many options with this project. They're really fun to make, and I would recommend just dump out a bunch of supplies, invite your friends over, and have a party. Thank you for watching my tutorial. If you're enjoying my videos, please like, share, and subscribe.